Hello everyone, it is Tuesday, March 5th, 2024. We are in Minneapolis, Minnesota, outside of City Hall. We're going to go for a quick walk today, take a quick walk around downtown Minneapolis. You can see a green line train going by right now. Here is the new Municipal Services building. This is the Government Plaza station of the Green Line and the Blue Line. There is the Hennepin County Government Center. We are enjoying a beautiful March day today. It is high 40s, sunny, can't really complain. Very unseasonably warm for this time of year. Typically in Minnesota around now, a little chillier. You never know what you're going to get in March in Minnesota. Yeah, I heard that there is a Target. Target has some of their employees in the office today, and there's a convention going on, so figured I would take a walk around downtown and see what we see if there are people out and about in our central business district. I think last time we were streaming, we went for a good hour and a half, almost 2 hours. We've had a couple of those longer ones lately, but looking to keep it a little shorter today. Do have some things I need to take care of this evening. There's City Hall. In the distance you can see U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the Minnesota Vikings, big event center down there. The bird killer itself. I think there was some sort of issue with that involving birds flying into the side of the glass panels there, if I remember correctly. Environmental concerns around it. See, it is currently 4:32 p.m., 48 degrees, March 5th. And we are quiet on 5th Street, which is the light rail corridor here in downtown Minneapolis. We're walking from the Government Center station towards Nicolet Mall. Here are the 5th Street Towers. Capella Tower. Yeah, let's keep on moving forward. In front of us here is, I think, one of the more underrated buildings in Minneapolis, the Sioux Line building. We all cross really quickly so I can show that to you. We'll watch the Blue Line train go in front of the Sioux Line here. There's a Green Line train. You can see, you hear a lot about the activity on the light rail trains a lot. As you could see, you might not have been able to on the video, but there was a couple transit employees on the middle car there, looking out to try to make sure everybody is safe and comfortable and having a good ride that works for everybody. New program recently put in place to try to make the light rail a little better. But this is the Sioux Line building. I believe it was the tallest building in Minneapolis for a few years before the Fachet Tower was built. Sioux Line being the railroad line. Was converted to apartments back in the 2010s, before the pandemic, before everybody was rushing to convert office space to residential. So maybe a bit ahead of their time there. You can see the 5th Street towers reflecting off of it, putting that little green light on the building. Here's those 5th Street towers.
Indirectly. So.
This is a unique building here in downtown Minneapolis. It's got this, I believe it's referred to as the Egyptian style building by a lot of people. Kind of a bit of a different style than what you see typically in the area. And there's Ron Tower, one of our Art Deco buildings. Let's head over to Nicolet Mall. This is the Nicolet Mall light rail station. if you could hear that through the microphone, but there was just an announcement. They play it on the light rail, on the buses, and all this stuff, and it's asking people not to smoke on the trains, the buses, the platforms, all that stuff. But the voice is the voice of a young child, so it's kind of odd because most of the regular announcements are adult voices. They'll tell you to do this or that, but it's been kind of a running joke around Minneapolis lately of the kids telling you not to smoke. I think it says something like, "Please don't smoke on the train. It's bad for my health. I breathe it in too." So we're here on Nicolet Mall. Which, as I was talking about, I think Thursday last week, Meet Minneapolis, or the Downtown Council, or some of the Minneapolis downtown orgs are trying to rebrand Nicolet Mall to just Nicolet. Look at this guy. There we go. What a commute. Rollerblading down the mall, zigzagging through the planters. Man is having a good old time. But yeah, they're talking about some people are trying to rebrand it to just Nicolet, dropping the mall. I after talking about that on Thursday, I was looking for an official announcement for that. I couldn't find anything officially saying it. I could see a few different organizations that were referring to it and things that they'd written that out, but nowhere that the city had officially spelled that out yet. So I don't know what the plan is there or if they're still working on it. It's First Tuesday Social. Stop by for free refreshments, games, artists, and more, 2 to 5 p.m. Looks like they're already putting some of the games away. When I was out here a little earlier, they had some of the stuff out still. But it looks like they're cleaning it up for the day. Hey guys, how we doing? Yeah, having a good time on the mall. What's up? It's a YouTube channel called Walking Minnesota. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm from here. Yeah. There is an Instagram, but it's a YouTube Live right now. Yeah. Yeah.
What's happening, bro?
Yeah.
You cannot tell me to add me?
There we go.
Hey guys, add me on Instagram, y'all. My Instagram name is Jason the Artist 1259. I'm an upcoming artist in Minnesota.
Let's see here. Let me get that in focus.
I'm a motivational speaker too. I'm a philosopher as well.
All right. Jason the Artist 259. Thank you. Have a good one. Ron B says, are you familiar with an older building, I think near the First Ave Club, that has an awesome atrium along with a one-way mirror in the men's room looking out to the public? I don't know specifically off the top of my head. I did just pick up a book from the library yesterday, a architect's guide, like the American Institute of Architecture's guide to downtown Minneapolis. And I'm looking forward to reading through that. Hopefully I can find some information about that. That does sound vaguely familiar, but I don't know off the top of my head. If I find it, I'll be happy to go check it out if they'll let me in there. Is it, MTB says, is it Butler Square? Very possible. We'll definitely have to look into that. So we're here outside the IDS Center in Dayton's building. It is Butler Square. There we go. Nice work, MTB. Hey, Pete C says, videos are great. Coming your way in June from Scotland, basically because of being a lifelong Prince fan. Hey, I love to hear it, Pete. Thank you. Hopefully you will get to see lots of great Prince stuff when you're out here. Obviously, Paisley Park out in Chanhassen, the house and compound of Prince. Lots of Prince murals. And then I think there's a Prince cover band that plays pretty often out at that place we were the other day, Bunkers. Yeah, hopefully some cool Prince stuff going on in June. Wait, is that when Prince's birthday is? I know they do stuff around his birthday every year. If it is, there should be a lot of fun stuff for you. June 7th. I don't know if that's the day you're coming or Prince's birthday, but either way, I hope it's great. I do know his, I think he died in early April, if I remember correctly. Coming up pretty soon here. It's gonna be, what was that, 2017? 2016? Is the downtown Target. Right, so we were out here the other day and they had a different window display. Looks like they've just switched it up from Black History Month to Women's History Month at Strive Bookstore. Hey guys. Here we go. Oh, there we go now. The First Ave book. Definitely going to be a hot seller as tourism picks up, hopefully through the summer and beyond. Wow, 18 free ride. See, I've seen that one a few times here on Nicolet Mall. I've never ridden on it. Is that just a free downtown shuttle? So all this space in front of us where these trees are, and across the street you can see the patio space. Typically when it's this nice out, you will see lots of patio space and chairs and people sitting outside, but it looks like they haven't put it outside yet. I saw the patio space outside my building that I'm working at right now. They had put all their stuff out today. Feels like spring. So there are a lot of people inside the bars and stuff, it looks like. Maybe happy hour crowd going to the local. Not a ton of people out on the streets. lot of people with lanyards coming from the convention center. I think there's some sort of medical industry conference going on down there. Loving that sky right now. Just a gorgeous day out here. And there is Nicolet, where we just came from. Just walked up. This is the clock here at 11th and Nicolet, outside of Brit's Pub. Let's go take a look at PV Plaza. He's a Minneapolis police officer on the sidewalk here. If you're visiting Minneapolis, it can be unsettling. Sometimes the police cars there on the sidewalks will have their lights on, just kind of flashing them for the fun of it. It's part of a little project they have going on, but yeah, there's just police cars throughout the sidewalks in the cities. I think it's supposed to be a deterrent. Nice view here of downtown. So it's winter's really over when they turn the fountain on PV Plaza here on. Maybe another month or two for that one. Says the Big Ten basketball tournament, the women's tournament, starts tomorrow, 6th through 10th, here in Minneapolis, and then men's tournament March 13th through 17th at the Target Center, the Timberwolves and Lynx basketball stadium. Looks like they're having the Big Ten college tournament there the next 2 weekends. We'll see likely one of the greatest current women's basketball players in college is Caitlin Clark, who I think is she's from Iowa, and I think she has some ties to Minnesota. So I'm sure she will have a great showing there. fans coming out. This is Orchestra Hall. Coming up on Marquette Avenue, which we'll walk up for a few blocks. I'm trying to say where we are a little bit more. I had someone reach out and say, oh yeah, I'm trying to get my bearings when you're walking around Minneapolis, but I can never tell where anything is. So trying to announce the streets a little bit more to make it easier on people viewing along. Whoa, slow down.
Shown this, I mean, Radiance people have shown this to very good extent, others as well.
All right. Is WCCO, one of the local broadcast news stations, cable news. Whoa. I'm gonna get shut in here. I don't know if I'm allowed to walk back here. We'll find out. When I saw the back of this building, I thought it looked kind of cool. Wanted to see what we have here. It says Claire Givens Violins, customers and staff parking only, monitored 24/7. Oh, cool. It's a Doll Violin Shop. Love the faded paint on some of these old brick buildings. No, current time is 5:02. It's later than I thought. Uh-oh. I will keep streaming for a little bit, but I'll probably have to cut out in a few minutes. I think Nicolet is nice, and I get why it's a very popular street. It used to be the kind of heart of the city pedestrian mall, but I like Marquette a lot too. This is the music mural, which I wonder if our friend Pete has seen the, there's an image of Prince from decades ago standing in front of this mural that is just one of my favorite pictures of him. It's so cool. I actually have a couple kids, and I have taken photos of them in front of that same mural just because I think it's such an awesome, iconic mural there. And that picture of Prince is so cool, and I think as Minneapolis kids, you kind of got to embrace that. And I know they're currently trying to find tenants for it, but there is a proposal for a building on the corner here of 10th Street and Marquette to build a mixed-use tower that would actually block off partial views of that music mural. But if they were to do that, the current plans do have a setup for where there would be open windows along the side of here, and I think there's like a staircase they're planning on putting right there, just so that people could still enjoy that piece of Minneapolis history. I know one day when I had first moved here, I looked it up online and I listened to whatever music it was on there. I don't recall off the top of my head what it is. That could be kind of a cool thing to do, is find someone who can play that, have them sit out here and play it one day. The annual pianist playing the music mural. I wonder how many people would come out for that every year. Yeah, interested to see what this surface looks like in 5-10 years, because there are plans to develop that spot. Here is the Fauché Tower. This was the tallest building in Minneapolis from the 1920s until the 1970s. There is a bar up there on that level that you can hang out in and see some nice views of the cities, grab a cocktail. And on the ground level you have Manny's Steakhouse, which is a popular steakhouse in the area. And you get that food from Manny's Steakhouse brought up to the Prohibition Bar up there too. Which I went there to meet up with a friend for cocktails almost a year ago now. And it's a really cool spot up there.
We're doing a lot, but
Just kind of looking at the color patterns on this parking garage, which are likely so you know which floor you parked on, I would assume. But kind of makes for cool patterns from the street level view. All right, I'll continue walking. Sorry, guys. I'm playing with reflections, looking at different angles, getting a little caught up in this and that at the moment. I see a few people walking around with "I voted" stickers. I think today is the primary elections in Minneapolis. Here on the corner is 901 Marquette, the AT&T Tower. Almost looks like it's peeling out at the top there. This entrance here across the street is the entrance to get to that rooftop, not rooftop, to that bar there in the Fouché Tower. There is there is an observation deck up there too, little museum. Oh, so they've got a lot of Big Ten prints on the wall there, which would make me assume that it might be a host hotel for one of the teams playing in the tournament. You know, they did the Major League Soccer All-Star game here a few years ago, and that was one of the host hotels, and I was here in downtown Minneapolis walking around one day while that was going on, and I saw Chicharito, the Mexican national team soccer star, hanging out outside the hotel. The Fouché again, lit up in that beautiful blue sky. So yeah, still a pretty quiet day outside. It was, I mean, there's people out here and there, but I had seen some people saying that there was the Target employees back downtown, so wanted to see what it would look like in this area today. Just hoping for some nice crowds. But hey, if we were able to look like this every day, it'd be a good sign for the recovery of Minneapolis. I don't know. Recovery, I guess, in terms of the downtown real estate recovery. Here's the Minneapolis Club, which is a member organization here in Minneapolis. That there's a restaurant and bar inside there that it is open to the public for lunch and I believe dinner some evenings, but there are certain times that it is only open up to members of the Minneapolis Club. You can only join the club if you are invited by a member of the club. They have a athletic facility in there. I think it's squash. So it's squash, what they used to play before they started playing, before Like how pickleball is pretty cool and popular right now. Squash was the thing in the past. I was reading that downtown, the American Institute of Architecture book about downtown Minneapolis, and they were talking about the Minneapolis Club. And I think they were throwing some shade at the building. They were saying it is built in the early 1900s to look like a old building for people who want to feel like they're hanging out in somewhere old. I don't know. I don't remember the exact words there. Butchered it. My bad. Couple tour buses.
So Mike?
Oh, I think there was like a union that was on strike. The SEIU, it says. So I think it's like janitorial and things like that. So they were out marching through the city for better pay and better wages today. Looks like we have maybe some college athletes going to the Hyatt Centric across the street. Move that bus. I don't know what school that is. They're wearing red. Maybe Nebraska. Jouster MC says, is the nurses union strike? I don't think this is the nurses. I think this is like, yeah, it says janitors on strike. There was a nurses strike a few months back. This would be the janitor strike, and in the coming days there might be a teacher strike too here in Minneapolis. Yeah, pretty nice, good sized group showing up today. Looks like they're packing up. Outside of the Ameriprise Center. I do remember there was a nurses' strike, I want to say about 2 years ago. But I don't know of any, there may be a current one, but I'm not sure. We have the traffic police out here trying to get everybody in and out of downtown in an orderly fashion. They are on busy intersections daily here in Minneapolis. All right, so there's the Hennepin County Government Center and the City Hall where we started out today. Now we are outside of SPS Tower. cold riding the scooter in the street during rush hour traffic. Traffic's actually not too bad today, but pretty typically run into some wild driving around this time of day. People in a hurry to get home, trying to save a couple minutes. This interesting building ahead of us, this red building, used to be the Thrivent Financial headquarters. They moved into their own office space within the last couple years. They have a new building that just got finished. Now you have this unique building that now belongs to the city of Minneapolis. It's a Hennepin County building. I guess not city, but the county. My bad there. All right, everybody, but I do need to cut out here shortly. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoy these videos and are looking to catch some more of them, you know what to do. Kind of a cool little corner of the Skyway right here. I guess there aren't a ton of Skyway corners that are really have like the windows on them like that. But it is connected to this massive parking garage, which in Minnesota they call it a. I don't know where most of the people who watch this are. I guess I could probably look at the analytics there. But where I come from, California, and we call it a parking garage. Here in Minnesota, they call it a parking ramp. I think most places are garage, but ramp is one of those Minnesota terms. This is the Hyatt place with the, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors of parking there. And there's the new Thrivent building, which in one of my early videos about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 summers ago, was walking through here as they were building it. It's kind of cool seeing how these things come to life, the way buildings change, and the way the city's different now, and you have this space between the two, a couple cafes out there. One of the things that I found cool that I was reading about this Thrivent building was that they do have a curator for the art in the building that Thrivent hires on, I believe as a full-time position, just so that the employees can enjoy art throughout their workday. Here we are, outside of, look at these bunnies. We've got Pikachu, a pink bunny, bunnies. Sorry, I get distracted easily, especially when there's little pink bunnies involved. Here's the armory. I will probably end the stream here outside the armory. Let's go out front of there. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And until I catch you next time, be well.